Good morning once again to all of you. Uh, Most welcome to this session. So today I am going to talk about how to create academic documents. That means a very simple research article in LaTeX. So this is the outline of my talk. In the very beginning, I will talk about little bit how to create about the LaTeX document. Why we need the LaTeX document instead of our conventional MS Word. So after that, I will start with the basic documents, how to create a basic simple research article, then the basic formatting of the documents, and then I will go for the creation of mathematical symbols and equation as well as special characters in a document, how we can include those things. And then in the second part of my talk, I will take a brief practical session covering all these things if time permits. We know that LaTeX is a sophisticated document preparation method. Unlike MS Word, it has a stylistic uniformity throughout the documents. It has a bibliography support. LaTeX has ability to do structuring as per requirement of users, then reference tracking, then cross-referencing of tables and figures, etc. Then at the same time, we also know that LaTeX is not a processor like MS Word, so it has some drawbacks. So LaTeX cannot spell check and grammar check the documents like MS Word. It cannot give you the full control for editing and formatting of a document. And also it will not allow to do the graphical interface for editing. So in a LaTeX, you have to take care of your writing, and LaTeX will take care of your presentation. That I can say at the last. Next, so why we need LaTeX in place of MS Word? So I will answer this question like this. With a word processor, you have to spend a valuable time in choosing what font size to make the section headings, subsection headings, table heading, etc. But with LaTeX, you just have to tell it to start a new section. It will take automatically. Then with a word processor, changing the formatting means you have to change each and everything individually. But in case of LaTeX, you just redefine the things, redefine the relevant commands, it will take automatically. So these are some reasons why we considering LaTeX instead of MS Word. Next, let us see what is a basic documents, how we can create a basic documents. So for a document, you have to create a file first in a LaTeX with a .tx extension. In MS Word, what we do, we create a file first with a .doc extension or .docx extension. But in case of LaTeX, you have to create a file first. That means editor first with a .tx extension. Then you have to start writing the documents. So in the last class, I have mentioned that you have to start the documents with the help of a document class. And document class may be anything, your article, letter, whatever, report. And then your main documents will begin after that, after the preamble, with a command called begin document. And after writing all contents of the document, you have to end the document. After ending the document in your LaTeX editor, you have to compile it. After compilation, you will get the output as a PDF or .ps file. Now, these are the different document classes. I don't think I have to mention these things again. Now, another important things in the LaTeX documents are declarations and environments. What are declarations? Declarations are global commands and environments are the localized commands. For example, document class, it is for whole documents, and begin documents, end documents, you have to mention for the content of the documents. So declarations are the global commands, contains global commands, and environments contains the localized commands. So this is declaration and environment. So you have to know these two things, the differences between these two things. Then I have already mentioned in the last class that what are different arguments involved in LaTeX document. One is required argument, that is it is an special kind of, sorry, it is an essential argument which is required for the documents, and it is included within the curly bracket. And next is optional argument, which may be required, may not be required, it is up to you. So that will be in the square bracket. Next is your special character. This is very important. Special character basically we use in almost all the formatting codes. For example, this backslash, we start any commands with the backslash. Then another, this backslash is a special character. Then another special character is your percentage. I have already mentioned percentage plays an important role in LaTeX document. So what is that important rule that I have already mentioned in the last class? That means after that percentage rule, LaTeX document will ignore all these things in that particular line. Okay. Now the packages, how to include package in a document? You have to include the command \use package and then package name. These things you have to add in the preamble section after the document class, and these are the some packages: graphics, EPS, Fig, geometry, fancy HDR, set space, AMS math, listings, Xcolor, URL, etc. So these are the document classes, and all these document classes are already included in your LaTeX editor or templates. You need not to worry about that. You just give the commands and it will automatically take. Now, this is the important things actually I am going to talk about today. So this is the sample documents for a research article, simple sample documents. So this is starting with a document class. I have given here 12-point font, and paper I have used A4 paper, and class I have used article. Then after that, your other preambles will come here after documents. Here I am not using any preambles, other preambles for simplicity. Later on we can use when we do the practical for this academic document, then we can use these preambles. Now, after the document class, your main important thing is you have to begin the document. So you are beginning the document with this command \begin documents. Then your title of the document will come. So \title within the curly bracket, because these are not optional arguments. These are the required and essential arguments. So you have to use them with the help of curly bracket. So title is, I have given here a LaTeX document. Okay. Then in a academic article, after title, author name comes. So author names I have put here: participant of LaTeX workshop at Bahana College, Jorhat. Then this is optional again, date. If you want to add the date, it is up to you. If you don't want to add the date, just ignore this command. Then you have to give a command called make title. That means title page is made by your document. This command represents that title page is made by your LaTeX document. Then we know that in an article we need, after the title page, we need the abstract. So you have to start an abstract with a document. I already mentioned that anything you have to start, for that you need begin and you have to end with an end command. So begin abstract. So here you have to write the abstract, then end abstract. Sorry. Then after ending the abstract, your main document will start. So in a paper, we know that there are different sections, subsections, then references are there. So after Just after the abstract, you have to start the first section. So section, introduction. So there is an important point here. For section, you need not to begin and end. You just backslash section, it will put a section over here. So first section is your introduction, normally we do in our article. Then second section is say methodology. Then third section is, suppose after methodology, you want to add another subsection. So you write subsection command, suppose theory. Within that subsection, you want to add some theorem, then another subsection you would like this, you can increase the subsections. Then after this section, you want to add another section, say analysis, then the section analysis like that you have to put, and then sorry, your conclusion. So up to this, these are the section. Then the last part of your academic documents is your references, that means bibliography. For that also, again, you have to begin the bibliography and then you have to end the bibliography. So here I have started the bibliography with this command, begin the bibliography with a curly bracket, and here I have used a number 99. What does it mean? It means that if your bibliography number is between 10 to 99, then you have to use 99. If your bibliography number is from 1 to 9, then you have to use a single 9 here. If your bibliography number is from 100 to 1000, then you have to use 10,000, then you have to use the 9, another 9. So this is the bibliography. So there are two types of bibliography methods, including the LaTeX document. One is manual bibliography. So these things, whatever I am showing here, is a manual bibliography. Another bibliography is automatic bibliography that you can add here also. So those things I think will be covered in a separate session by another speaker. So I will not talk all these things in this talk. So just I will tell you the manual bibliography part. So manual bibliography start like this with this command, begin the bibliography 99 for 10 to 99 bibliography numbers, and then end bibliography. Now you see how I have added the bibliography items. So first, for start the items of the bibliography 1, 2, 3 serially, you have to use BB item. So BB item, one bibliography name you have to give. For example, I have used the bibliography that a book, in this bibliography, a book written by, say, M.K. Das, and name of the book is Recent Trends in High Energy Physics, and it is published by Tata McGraw-Hill, 4th edition in 2001. So you have to use this to appear in the documents like that, and here you have to give a name, because why we need the name here within the curly bracket? Because you have to cite the bibliography within the text. So here in the LaTeX, I have already mentioned that automatically you can cross-reference the bibliography in your document. So to cite the documents, you need this name of the bibliography. So I will show these things in the practical session. So this is the first bibliography. Then serially you need another bibliography, say BB item. So this bibliography information is like that. M.J. Bora, book written by, say, M.J. Bora, and the name is Introduction to Fuzzy Sets, and Tata McGraw-Hill Publishers, 5th edition, 2005. So this is the second bibliography. Like that, you can add the bibliography, and then end your bibliography. That means your bibliography is completed after that. And then final ending of the document is that end document. So this is the sample of the text document for a simple academic article. And then how these things will be look like, how it will work, I will tell in the practical session. Now let us see, if I want to add some theorem, corollary, lemma in that articles, then you have to use the preambles at the beginning, after the document class. Suppose if you want to add the theorem, then you use the command like new theorem, curly bracket theorem, theorem, how it will appear, then section like that you have to add, and then you have to start the document, begin, and then you have to end all these things. Okay, now let us see how these documents look like. So this is the document I have prepared in LaTeX, and in PDF or PS it will be look like this. You see, this name title will appear here, participant, that means name of the author, then affiliation, then abstract will be here, and then your document will start from the introduction section, methodology. In methodology, I have added one subsection and one subsection, so it will appear like that. And then your third section is analysis, and fourth section is your conclusion, and these are the two references I have had. It will appear like this, one after another. Okay, so this is the sample documents. I will show you these documents in the practical session after this talk. Okay, next. Now let us see what are the basic formatting of the documents, how you can format, what are the rules of formatting, how you will give the space, how you will add the special character, how you will add the equations, how you will add mathematical symbols, like that, how you give the space. Okay, so first of all is font types. What kind of font types you will use? These are the different kind of fonts. For that you have to use this command _m. It will display the font like this. Text \text bf, it will give you the font like this, like this, like this. Okay, then font size. What are the different font sizes are available in the LaTeX? These are the different font sizes. If you use teeny, then it will be very small. If you write script size, then it will be like this. If you use footnote size command, it will be like this. Small will be like this. Normal command, normal text will be like this. If you use the large command, it will be this. Then this large with capital L, it will be this. Large with all caps, it will be this. Huge will be this, and huge will, this huge H will be this. Okay, so these are the different font sizes. And then after writing the text, you want to align as per your requirement. So for alignment, you have to use begin and end. Suppose you want to align your document centrally, then you have to use begin center, end center. Within that, the text which you want to align centrally, those things you have to add in between. So if you want to align right, then it will be flush right. If you want to align left, then it will be flush left. So these are the commands for alignment. Okay. Next, another important thing is that spacing. How you will add the spacing in a document. So there is a default instruction in the LaTeX editor. In some editors, it will be of 1.5 inches margins, and in some editors, it will be 1.875 inches margin. So margin means left, right, top, bottom margin. So if you don't put any kind of margin instruction like this, use package margin 0.5 inch geometry, this kind of instruction if you are not giving, your document will automatically take either 1.5 inch margin or 1.875 inch margin. Okay, so this is about the margins. And paragraphs and other breaks, how you will include in a document. Paragraphs are separated by a blank line. Okay, suppose you want to start a new paragraph, you just add a blank line with a enter key. That's all. It will take care of your paragraph, separate paragraphs. If you want to break a line forcefully, then you have to use a double slash. So there your line will break. You need not to do anything. And if you want to forcefully break the page, then you have to use \new page command or clear page or page break, like that. Okay. And other spacing, for example, you need a horizontal space in a line with 1 inch, then you give the command \h space 1 inch. Or if you need a vertical space 1 inch in between two lines, you want, or in between two things, and you need the command \v space curly bracket 1 inch. Okay, and otherwise also you can put a standard horizontal space and vertical space by H fill or V fill. Okay, so these are the spacing correct formatting, basic includes in the basic formatting. Now next important thing is that suppose you want to list the items. If you want bulleted list, then you have to start with begin itemize, end itemize. Within the begin and end itemize, you have to use your items. Suppose item 1 is simple text, item 2 is also simple. So it will appear in the documents like this, in the bulleted form. If you want a numbered list, then you have to use this command, begin enumerate, and enumerate, and it will appear in your output documents like this. First one is simple text, second one is the second one is also simple text, so it will be in the number 2. Okay. Then how you will include theorem, corollary, and lemma. So you have seen that I have already used some commands for including theorem, corollary, or lemma in the beginning. That means at the preamble, in the beginning of the document before begin document. So here, if you in the section, if you want to theorem, just you begin theorem and end theorem, in between you write the theorem. Automatically it will take in a standard format. So I will show you in the practical class how it will appear, how it will look like. So in the corollary also, if you want, you have to begin a corollary and then end the corollary. In lemma also, if you want begin lemma and end, then automatically it will appear. Okay. Now let us see how to include the mathematical equation symbols in a document. So an equation we can include with a begin equation and end equation command. In between you have to add the equation. For example, I want to add this equation in my text. So you have to start with begin equation, then end equation, and in between you have to write this. So these things I will tell you how it will write in the practical session. And this is equation, you need a number, okay, in your text. So if you write this command, begin equation, end equation, this command, then automatically the number will take. First equation take number 1, then subsequently the other equation will take the numbers. Now without number, if you need the equation, then you just use a star in the after the equation, then automatically it will not give you the number, it will only give you this equation, not the numbers. Okay, so this is equation without number, and this is the command for equation with number. Okay. Now let us see how mathematical symbols can be included. So any mathematical symbol, if you want to mention in line, that means within the line, so you have to include within single curly bracket, sorry, within single dollar symbols. $1 symbol at the starting, another dollar symbol in the beginning, and end. So for example, if you want to write alpha in a line like this, then it will be like $\alpha $. Okay, so if you write like this formatting code, then in the output this alpha will appear like this. Okay, now if you want to write a mathematical symbol in display mode, that means you have to display it in the next line. Okay, then you have to use $, and it will appear like this. It will appear like this in the next line, and the next line will start after that like this, and you have to write like this, $, within this sin theta, \sin, \theta. Okay, so like this you can use the mathematical symbol. Now I will also explain how a complicated mathematics like this, equations or symbols, can be included in LaTeX. I will explain in the practical session. So this is one example of a complicated mathematical equation. So this kind of equation I will explain in practical session. Okay. Now some of the commands of mathematical symbol I have included here. So suppose if you want to write 4 + 7 = 7, you need not to do $ symbol, but in general, if you want to write any mathematical symbol in a document, you have to use always, you have to keep it inside the $ symbol. So it will appear very nicely in the document. So suppose you want to write phi belongs to psi, then how you will write? You have to write every mathematical symbols within the dollar symbol. So dollar you have to use at the beginning as well as at the end. Then this capital PHI backslash, it will give you the capital phi. Backslash in will explain the epsilon that belongs to, and this capital PSI will automatically display the capital psi. Now if you want to write these symbols, you have to write square root square bracket 3 curly bracket x dollar symbol included like this. Now if I want to write any fraction, then backslash frac denominator numerator, okay, numerator denominator, then it will come like this. Now if I want to write like this, a plus this, so a o plus, because plus is within the circle, so you have to give the command like this, o plus b, so it will be like this. Then this symbol, if you want to write in a documents, then you have to use this command. This cross product, if you want to write, you have to like this. This hat is used for this cap, okay, like that. 180 degrees centigrade, if you want to write like this, you have to add. And suppose you want to write the H2O symbol, water molecule symbol, then you have to write like this. So that's all I wanted to tell you in the presentation, and then we will move to the practical session. Thank you for your attention. If you have any query or anything, then you can ask. Otherwise, we can go for the practical session. Yes, Manos. Yes, any participant?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
No question.
No question. Okay. Let us move to after 1 or 2 minutes. Let me please give me 1 or 2 minutes. Then I will again show the practical session. Okay, Manas, is it okay?
Okay. Okay.
1 minute. Just 1 minute break. Let me collect all these files within the window. Then
Okay,
I will
okay,
again
okay.
come up. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, Manoj.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
latex
this
document
way-
is appearing.
Yeah. PA.
So let us start. Okay. Huh?
Okay. Okay.
So you can see this is a latex editor. This is an editor which is which is supported by this MS Word, MS Office. Okay, you need not to install the latex software in your MS Office. You can use this nicely. It is available in freely in the Google. So this is known as Text Studio. So this is very user friendly. So I am using this actually. So this is the latex document actually I have prepared, what I have shown just before you. So this document class I have used here, 12.A4 paper article, all these preambles I have used here, then begin documents, title, latex document, everything. Okay. Now you see this is abstract. I have used here, then section, begin, then these things. Now you see this subsection I will remove, and then I will start with that. Okay. So, so now let us compile it here. You see, in the output, it is in PDF form. So here you have the abstract first, then the first section introduction, then second section methodology, third section analysis, fourth section conclusion, and the references, whatever I have added, 2 references are here. Okay. Now I want to add another subsection within the section methodology. So let us go to the section methodology. Okay. Then you write the command / subsection. Subsection. It is already there in my window. So subsection title is say theorem. Okay. Theorem. Okay. Theorem 1 say. Now you compile it again. You see, this is appeared as a subsection 2.1. Then next, after completing this subsection, if I need another subsection, another subsection, so you use subsection. Okay. Then your title is say theorem 2. Theorem 2. Okay. Now you compile it. It will appear like this. Theorem 2, it is as another subsection within the subsection 2.1. So its name automatically appeared like 2.1.1. Okay, like this. Now let us see how to include a table, because in the last class I have shown you how to prepare a table, but practically I did not show you. So today let us see how to include a table. Okay. So I will, suppose I want to include a table in the analysis section. Okay, you go to the analysis section. Then I have already mentioned that you need to start a table with a begin table. Okay, so you write begin table. So here in this editor, automatically this end table has come. You see, now I have to write the content here. Okay. Now after that, what you need? You need the caption. I think you need the caption, name of the table, caption. Say caption. Caption is the name of the table. Okay. Then you need the information about the column. Okay. You need the information about the column. Then you have to write begin tabular. Tabular. Okay. So within the begin tabular, you need the column. Suppose I need 5 columns centrally aligned. Okay. So CCC, 5CC I have used. Okay. Now here I have to use the table content. Say anything else. Yeah, later on I will use. So every column you have to separate by this symbol. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you have separated 4, 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have to break the row with this double slash. Okay. Then another row you use with 5 different columns. Then you break the row. Okay, that's all. I use here too. Let me add one more row. Okay. Then after n tabular, you need one more thing, that is label, because you have to cite your table in somewhere else. Sorry, this is curly bracket. Table name is namesake. Okay, so that's all. Now let us compile it. Is there any error? If there is an error, then it will show. Let us proceed. Then how this table? Okay, I think there are a lot of errors. N tabular, begin table. Name of the table. So let us go to any command somewhere. Some errors are there here, n table, n tabular. Okay. You can take the command from here also. Let us remove it. So many errors are there. I don't want to remove the errors. I don't have time to see the errors. Now let us go to the ready-made quick tabular. I need column number 3, 4, 5. I need row, suppose 3, 4. Let us give the command. Okay. You see, this is a table appeared here. Okay. Now you begin table and table you use begin table and table. What happened? Where is the table? Oh, it has. So I have, you see, I have added the table, begin table and table. There is a point here. So here, this command, if you add, this document will put your table as per the convenient of the document. But if you want to add the table here itself in the analysis, then you have to use H, I think. Sorry. H. That means this then table will appear, that analysis will. You see, earlier the table appeared as per the requirement of the documents, but here I have added a command, optional arguments command H. Because of that table, I have forcefully want to keep here in the analysis, so it appears here. Okay. Now I want to this table is within the center, so you can use the center command also. Let it be like this only. Now if you remove this these vertical lines from this command, sorry, see, you see the vertical lines are disappear. Okay. Now if you want to use double horizontal line here, you write a horizontal line again here, then you, okay, so there are a double horizontal line. Okay. Now I want to add a label for this table. So this table name is your name, say and caption name of the table. Then you run it. Let us see where was the error last time. I have to see that. You see. Now you see. The table name has come automatically. Table 1, name of the table. It is the first table you are using in your document. So it is the table name. Okay. Now let us see this. Let us see how you will add a figure. So let us go to a ready-made commands. Otherwise, it will take much time if there will be any error. So I will go for any figure inclusion. So I want to add a figure commands like this. So here I want to add a figure. Okay. Oh, that file is not there, I think. Let me change the name. I have to see what are the files. Okay. That figure was not there in this folder where you are keeping all this. Sorry. Why it is not coming, I don't know. With a 3-inch. PNG. Are? Oh. That I have to use package. Use package graphics. Taking so much time. I don't know why. This figure, you see, it is appeared. Okay, now this figure is taking by these documents automatically as per the documents convenient. But I want to put it here itself, in that place where I have added the command here. Okay, let me see, HT. Okay, whatever it is, it will appear as per your requirement. You can put it. Now let me do it one more thing in the figure. If you want to rotate it 90 degree, say angle equal to 90. He's asking some package, I don't know why. Okay. You see, your figure is rotated by 90 degree. Okay. So like that you can rotate it. Again, you can increase the size also of the figure. Suppose instead of 3 inch, I need 4 inch. You see, size of the figures is increased. So like that, you can change the features of the figures. Now let us go to another things, that is how to include suppose mathematical symbols and equations. Okay. Now before that, let me show you how to uh, include how to take cite the table, or how to include a table in a text. Suppose you want to show the data, the table in your text, then you have to write like this. This, suppose the table you want to, the reference of the table, if you want to bring in the text, that means these data shown, these data are shown in the table, sorry, in the table, then you have to write ref. Okay, ref, what reference you want to give, this table name, suppose. Copy, you put it here, Control V. Let me remove the figure from here, because it will take a lot of time again for compilation. You see, these data are shown in the table 1. Automatically, I have not written that these data are shown in the table 1, but I don't know the table. What is the number of the table? I don't know. You need not to know that. Only you remember the level. You just ref table number 1. So these things we can use, and it will be appear like this. Data are shown in table 1. Okay. So these kind of things you cannot do in your Word. This is a very flexibility things are there in the LaTeX. Then I will show you how to add the mathematical symbol. So I already told you, inline mathematical symbol will be included with the single dollar symbol. So if you want to write, say beta, so dollar beta dollar. You see, you want to write beta, this beta is appeared here. Now if you want to add an equation here, suppose begin equation. So I want to add the simple equation O integration, O in T, okay, say B dot PS, that equation I want to add, equal to mu. Let me write, then I will explain what are the things I have added. Mu naught, epsilon naught, then frac, sorry, the frac your D backslash phi, then D T plus mu not I ln. You see, this is the equation which is appeared here. Okay, so here I have used backslash OINT. It will this backslash OINT means your this contour integration, that means close integration. Then b.ds I have used, then equal, and then I have written backslash mu not. Backslash mu will give you mu, and not will be in the subscript, so it will be underscore O. Subscript will appear when you use the underscore. Then epsilon underscore O, that epsilon backslash epsilon will give you the epsilon. Then this d phi dt I have written in the backslash frac. Backslash frac is used to write the fraction. So this fraction. Okay, so numerator is d phi and denominator is dt plus mu naught I n close. So one thing you have to remember here, whenever you want to write a superscript or subscript, if it is more than one, then you have to close it with curly bracket. Okay, so here you see three characters are there, E, N, N, so I have used a curly bracket, but here only one character O in both the cases, so I have used only without that E. And if you want to use a superscript, then say this is N, so it will appear like this. Okay, you see this N is come here. Okay, so like that. Now if I give here the star and another star here at the end, if I compile it, the number will be removed. Okay, there will be no number for the equation. It will be like this only. Okay, like that. Next I want to show you two more things are left to show. One, I want to include the lemma and theorem. Now let us see how one can add lemma or an sorry here. So begin theorem. Just I want to add one theorem. So this theorem I want to add. Begin. I will tell you how I have added it. So after the table in the analysis, I am adding this. You see, this theorem appeared like this. I have added what I have added. You see, let me make it star so it will appear like this. So I have added. Sorry, something is some. Oh, these data. These. That's one okay. So I have used begin theorem where I have used which yes. So begin theorem is your Pythagorean theorem. Level is the level I have used because I have to cite it somewhere else in the text, for example. Then this is the Pythagoras theorem that will appear here, and this is the mathematical equation. So begin theorem and theorem, it will automatically appear in the theorem 3.1. What does 3.1 means? Because in the analysis in the section 3, I have added the theorem, so that's why it is 3. And first theorem it is, that's why it is theorem 1. If I want to write suppose another theorem, then it will be I think theorem 2. Let us see. You see, this is another theorem. So automatically these things will appear in the output in your document in order to do anything. Now this again I will remove. Okay, no problem. This I will remove. Okay. Now what will happen? You see, I have labeled the theorem. Now I want to cite somewhere this theorem. For example, here the theorem theorem is shown. Sorry, shown. What is the level? Level you have to write the ref first and then backslash ref that ref ref then the here that is, let me do that. You see, oh, I have to write here theorem shown in the theorem. The theorem 3.1, automatically this theorem number has been taken by the LaTeX editor. Okay. Then what I wanted to show. Okay. Now I want to show you one footnote. Suppose you want to add some footnote over here. Something is there. Suppose then you have to use like this footnote. A footnote if you want to use footnote. This is the footnote. This is the footnote. Okay, this is the footnote. Sorry. So this is the footnote. Now you compile it. You see the footnote number is appeared here after 3.1 in the subscript 1, and footnote will be always at the end, is not it? So this is the footnote appeared at the end of the page. Okay. Now the last things I want to show, that is hello Manas, are you around? Hello.
Yeah. Carry on.
Manas, can I take 5 or 10 minutes more so that yeah, okay. Now I want to show what I wanted to show. I want to show the reference. I want to show the reference. This is reference. Okay. So if I want to add one more reference, for example, then I have to write BB item, BB item, say ABC book. Only thing is that you have to careful in writing the bibliography. All the bibliographic items will be in the same pattern as per the standard of the research article norms. You have to write all the bibliography in the same pattern. So this is AMP, emphasize. You have to use the introduction to LaTeX. This LaTeX you can write in a formatting code like this. Okay, it will appear in a stylish format. So introduction to LaTeX. So you have to write the first. You have to write the author, A dot B dot, okay, space book, then comma, and then write any publisher. Let's say same publisher, you write. Now you run it. You see? Oh, this some comma is here appeared here. Sorry, no, you have to remove that. Okay, so the bibliography, the third bibliography, it appears in the same pattern. Now, next, suppose you want to cite the bibliography references in the text. So this is about theorem. So let me cite this bibliography somewhere else in any section. So say I want to cite the bibliography, some bibliography here. So these things, this theory is already explained. Say something, anything is already explained by the author in the reference. Then you have to cite your reference. Suppose first the level how you have named the reference. Suppose this MKD book, okay, MKD underscore book. So that you have to use copy cite MKD book. You give a, normally we use as a square bracket for the, okay, for the bibliography citation. You have to see where it, you see, oh, something is wrong. This reference, what happened? Yes. Yes, you need not to add here the bracket. Actually, bracket will automatically come. You see, this reference is cited here. Now, if you want to another two reference, suppose say another third one I want to show here, that is MJB book, that is ABC book. Say ABC book. Where is that place? I want to put here MGB book. Enter. Now you compile it. You see 1 and 3 is appear. So like that you can add the references, and also you can cite the section also. Suppose for example you want to write like this. Similarly you can cite the section also. These things, these explanations are already mentioned in, say, let me check, ref level. Then you have to level the section. Say 2. Okay. You see, mention in the, you write the section here, section. Automatically it has taken the section to the name. Okay, you can give different name also, otherwise you will be confused. Sec 2, say sec 2. So you have to use here, level is sec 2, so it is sec 2. Okay, so it will come as section 2, no problem. Only section 2 will come. Whatever the level you use, automatically where the level is included for what purpose, that automatically will take. So these are the things for a document. I think for a simple document preparation is required, and advanced things will be covered by tomorrow in the morning session, maybe, or afternoon session by another speaker. So I think I want to stop here. Manas.